Hey everyone, Ryan from the Rad Owners Forum, and today we have a special video. I'm very excited for my first product review. It was provided to me from Monkeylectric. Here I have the M232R lights. They are rechargeable. They go on your front wheel, and I am really excited to check them out. If you've seen my safety video, you know that I'm a big fan of any way that improves your visibility when you're riding on the road. So really excited to check these out and do a quick review. So let's get to it. Okay, before you crack these open, let's look at the packaging. So 200 lumens, 32 LEDs. They're waterproof, that is great. And the cool thing about these compared to some of the other lights, at least the lights that I've used, this is rechargeable. And you can see they have all these cool graphics, which I think is probably the neatest part about this. It's pretty unique. So here's the back of it. Goes through some of those other features. Thousands of amazing patterns in your spinning bicycle wheel. And let's see, great visibility. Patterns visible at 10 plus miles per hour. That's great. All weather use. Going to try these out in winter and snow. So put them to the test. USB rechargeable. And for bikes and electric bikes. And a 2-year warranty, so that's cool. And the diagrams just kind of go through the features. It looks like it comes with some zip ties to attach it, which I'll obviously show. Up to 12 hours runtime. That's pretty interesting. And I think that's pretty much it. Let's open them up. So I just got done charging the battery, which is removable, so that's pretty handy. Has the port there, USB chargeable. And if you look closely here, it's a 1200 milliamp hour battery, 4.44 watt hours, looks like. Lithium ion. So then that goes in this casing here, which is actually going to get mounted to the hub in just a few minutes. So it's nice you don't have to, I mean in my case, you don't have to store this battery out in the cold all the time. And the packaging says up to 12-hour runtime on this battery. So here's a quick look at the instructions, at least the first set. So it wants you to mount it in between the spokes with a wide area. So I kind of have this set up here. Figured this is wide enough and the LEDs won't be obstructed by either side. And then it has these holes where the zip ties go through. And then you'll also, not sure if you can see that at the bottom there, it shows pointing to the tire. And then the other side has hub, so you kind of know which way. So I'm going to go ahead and get these zip ties. And then there is a third spot where there's several options here to mount it on the opposite side. And I don't think I mentioned it earlier, but all this circuitry is kind of encased, or I don't know if it's mold or how they do it, but it's kind of, all the circuitry is within a thick plastic. Okay, so I got the lights cinched down with the zip ties. Just cut them off. And so the next step is to clean the hub, which mine is pretty dirty, so I'm going to follow the instructions on this one. So at least on the Rad power bikes, with the thicker spokes, it's kind of hard to get in here. But what I did was just put the rag, put a little alcohol in there, and put the rag on each side, and then I've been going side to side with each hand just to clean it up, and that worked just fine. So I showed the battery a little bit before, but I think just one of the cool kind of design elements, I guess, of this is they made it so it has this slot, so the battery can only go in one way. So you're never gonna be able to even place it in there the wrong way. So if I just spin this around, you'll see. There we go. So moving on to the back side of the instructions, this is where you attach the battery. It actually shows you put in the battery after the fact. Probably doesn't matter. I did have my wife kind of hold it in place, which I'll just show in a second, me attaching it. But basically, the battery compartment is made to fit around the hub, and then same with the zip ties. They kind of wrap around. I'm going to try it with 2. I don't know if I need more than that. And it shows that you put it kind of on the opposite side to balance out the wheel, which makes sense. And same as before, pull them tight, cut them off, put in the battery, and we should be good to go here shortly. I will mention the last step, or the optional step, I should say. It came with these metal, anti-theft metal straps. So that's kind of cool. I mean, these lights are, it'd be a huge bummer if they were to get stolen. And it's a good quality light, so it's probably worth protecting. I probably won't put the anti-theft metal straps. We live in an area where just generally bike theft isn't really common. I would imagine a lot of people wouldn't even realize what this is unless they kind of saw me riding with the lights on. So maybe I'll do it at some point after, but want to get this all squared away so I can get it outside and test it out. Okay, so here is a quick shot of my install. That's all zip tied down. Then they recommend wrapping this cord around a spoke. It took me a little bit to figure out which one I should do. I think if I were to have installed it again, I maybe would have tried to thought about that a little bit earlier and tried to do a spoke like, probably one of the closer ones here that would maybe make sense, just so it's not, this gap isn't here, but I don't think it's going to be a big deal at all. So just wrapped it up to here, and then where it connects, they have these lines there, so that makes it easy. Thoughtful there. And then, yeah, where I placed the battery, where the battery goes, handy thing is there's a nice big gap there, and just drop this in, and then there's a cap for it. All right, and we are ready to get started. So there are just a few things that I wanted to highlight as I've been using this light over the last week. So while earlier in the video I said that it feels like plastic that's kind of coating the electronics, they actually state here it's a durable solid rubber construction, so that's interesting. And I did want to just highlight that it fits 20-inch and larger wheels. And then if anyone was curious of the specifications of the light, here they are. And then, so basically there are a few buttons. There's a power button, there's a theme button, and then there's a color button all on the actual light. And so basically you select the theme, and as you push the button, it will signify, like, for instance, if you wanted this first one, it's just the first LED that lights up, and so on. You can see that there's different combinations for each setting. And then after that, you can select the color. So it seemed like to me they all have their base settings, but then you can customize it from there, whether you want it all different ones or you want it solid colors or things like that. So there's just tons of different variations. And then there is a low battery meter as well. So I'm just going to show you just kind of how the buttons work in this short little clip. So here you can see the 3 buttons. This first one's the power button. Next one is the theme and color. So if I just hit this, it's going to turn on. And then as I just mentioned, you can select the theme button, and then it's going to give you those indicators depending on what theme you're looking for. So then from there, let's say I selected this one, it'll kind of go with its default setting, and then I can hit the colors. That's like I think the rainbow effect, but then you can go like there's all red and all sorts of different settings. So that's kind of how it works. Pretty cool, customizable, and yeah, plenty of different options for sure. so I just wanted to quickly wrap up this video. First of all, I want to send a big thank you to Monkeylectric for sending me this product to the review. I really had a lot of fun with this one. Got to share these lights with a few friends. Had one of my photographer friends, Brian, come out and take some photos, so that was kind of fun. So thanks again, Monkeylectric, for sending this out and letting me do a review. Would I recommend this to others? I would say absolutely. There are a lot of other products that have that are lights for spokes, but I think this is the most unique that I've seen. It is a little bit more on the expensive side, but I think the quality of build is great. You have the rechargeable battery. With this model, there is one where you can use your just use other batteries, so that is an option as well. The battery life, like I mentioned earlier, is 12 hours, so I think that's pretty good, and the ability to just pop that entire section out and go in and charge that with the USB was great. And yeah, I think that the number of themes that you get, it's not just a solid color around the spokes. It gives you different patterns and stuff. So really excited once the weather starts cooperating a little bit and we get in the spring. It'll be really fun. I'll be able to kind of get out and ride a little bit more. So excited to continue to use these. And yeah, I will put a link in the description if you're interested in purchasing them. Thanks again for watching all my videos. Really appreciate it. Hey everyone, hope you enjoyed that video. If you want to support what I'm doing with the Rad Owners Forum and some of the content that I'm producing, here's 3 easy ways that you can do so. Number 1, you can, if you're buying a Rad Power Bike, you can earn a $50 Amazon gift card. I will also receive one. There's a link in the description below, also on my website, radowners.com. Number 2, you can view our recommended accessories pages. This is a bunch of accessories for all the models of Rad Power Bikes. Recommended accessories from the community that I've compiled over the last year or so. So you can check that out, also link below. And third, obviously, you can just join the forum, become a member, ask questions, and share your experience with others. Thanks again for watching.